Good morning and welcome to everyone at the 103.5 FM today, the 19th day of December 2023. The time is a minute past the hour of 7 this Wednesday morning. This Tuesday morning, beg your pardon. It's time for newspaper headlines on everyone at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the headlines making the newspapers this morning on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and write to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. We are going to take you through the news making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership newspaper, Punch, Vanguard, Daily Post, Sun, The Nation, This Day. And if time permits, we're also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this Tuesday morning. I am Martin. Nigerians may burn over 1.5 trillion naira on cooking gas in 2024 amid incentives. GBV, gender-based violence, ICWWA urges concrete actions to eliminate all forms of gender violence in Nigeria. Insecurity, journalists urged to prioritize public safety in reportage. Tinubu broadcasts truce as Fubara Wike signs peace agreement. Federal government arrests Uyo lawyer seen beating wife in viral video. 3.5 billion naira debt. Court freezes Oyo State government accounts in 10 banks nationwide. Shoyinka condemns EFCC's detention of ex-minister Agunolie. Pope Francis authorizes blessings for same-sex couples. Senate gives panels 48 hours to submit 2024 budget reports. INEC plans reruns by elections for February 2024. INEC plans reruns by elections for February 2024. Energia, Wando JV commission multi-billion naira projects in Delta. Federal government arrests Uyo lawyer seen beating wife in viral video. Senate seeks independent budgetary provision for NIDCOM. My mission in FAAN, new MD. Governor Muhammad assures of restoring glory of public education in Bauchi. Allow married women to bear their father's names. Murik. Castina Assembly approves 454.3 billion naira 2024 budget. Court remands 5 for alleged attempted murder of farmer. 3.5 billion naira debt cut freezes Oyo State government's accounts in 10 banks. 2024, NMPCL pledges to produce 2 million barrels of crude oil daily. Fire got allowed. Akala's residents, two injured. Fire got allowed Akala's residents, 2 injured. Chetima wants investors to leverage opportunities in energy sector. Rivers Assembly cut bars INEC from conducting by-election to fill vacant seats. INEC plans rerun by-elections for February 2024. 3,963 teachers failed the National Qualifying Exam, TRCN. Nigerian Center for Disease Control reports 13 cases of dengue fever in Sokoto. Police arraigned twins for allegedly assaulting a co-distribution. Police arraigned twins for allegedly assaulting a co-electricity distribution company staff. The Guardian publisher honored our 2023 NMA with Distinguished National Leadership Award. JAMB announces 2024 UTME DE registration dates, fees increase. Ondo police arrest Okada driver for raping passenger robbery. 2 die, 8 sustain injuries in Idiroko Ota road crash. Sanwo-Olu inaugurates 750 million naira market transfer money in Lagos. Kano residents won't accept injustice, Deputy Governor warns. NMMA honors the Guardian publisher with Leadership Award. We've taken this. Escalating cost of items, travel cast shadow on Xmas celebrations. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. Governor Buni woos foreign investors, Turkish company keen on tractor plant in Yobe. Beyond the Wike Fubara feud, performance bond, NPA reads riot act to non-performing staff. 36 states generate 1.8 trillion naira IGR against a 5.72 trillion naira received from FAAC. Federal government, Indonesia signed agreement to establish co-fertilizer plants in Nigeria. Chetima woes investors, says Tinubu administration focus on growing energy sector. Reps, Bimon maritime sector 1% contribution to GDP. MTN Nigeria raises 72.1 billion naira via CP. UBA secures $175 million African Development Bank loan to support private sector infrastructure development. Senate seeks independent budgetary provision for NIDCOM. First Bank warns small medium enterprises against loan sharks. All on BAOBAB plus sign $2.25 million investment for 1,500 solar energy system. All on BAOBAB plus sign $2.25 million investment for 1,500 solar energy systems. Federal government, Czech Republic, disbursed $21.7 million to beneficiaries of Delta 2 projects. JAPA experts profile solutions on mass migration of Nigerians. Infra credit guarantees 3 billion naira debt financing for 370 affordable housing units. Hers Energies receives awards on excellence in sustainable energy operations. Banks, communications managers, Mon Imoyo, condole with family. Needed prudent Christmas celebration. Lafia to get underpass soon, says Governor Sule. teaming up on implementation of 5-pillar strategic agenda. Yobe SEMA sustains palliative distribution to vulnerable others, leading transformation successfully in turbulent times. Organ harvesting, NMA weighs into allegation against Alliance Hospital. Egypt's Sisi wins third term as president. Military wounds shield personnel involved in drug trafficking. Chief of Defense Staff. Nigeria's good showing at CAF Awards. Awaiting trial inmates. Others agonize as JUSUN continues strike action in Osun. Awaiting trial inmates. Others agonize as JUSUN continues strike action in Osun. Editors Guild to launch Trust Fund. 2023, INEC to conduct a rerun by-elections in 34 constituencies. Varsity workers differ on centralized payment system. Tinubu brokers fresh truce in Rivers crisis. President to revive policies hurting newspaper industry. Tingo Group wins place through sports. Adopting data. Tech will address property development challenges. NASU election. One beer, 6 inauguration of officials. Please, I want to speak to the manager. 23-year-old Unilag student wins 1 million naira in Wema Bank 545 promo. Nigeria raises 7 trillion naira in domestic borrowing, DMO. Nigerian stock bounce back, pushing year to date return above 40%. Nigeria stocks bounce back, pushing year-to-date return above 40%. Ex-Minister Talin barred from public office over kangaroo judgment remark. 8. Key resolution reached as Rivers crisis de-escalates. Tinubu, stakeholders resolve Rivers political crisis. Nigeria remains top investment destination. Tinubu assures global investors. Group asks FCCPC to sanction 30 loan apps for defamation, harassment. Petroleum Ministry's 2024 budget cannot meet Nigeria's expectations. Lawmakers. Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda to jointly host 2024 CHAN. 2 security guards allegedly defied JSS1 students in Lagos. Tinubu meets MPAN, promises to review policies hurting newspaper industry. Deputy Senate President moves to stop ShopRite from leaving Kanu. Tinubu meets Governor Fubara Odiri, others over Rivers crisis. Police kill 2, arrest 4 over Benue bank robbery. Kogi cracks down on illegal miners, seizes truckloads of coal. Court freezes Oyo government accounts over unpaid salaries to ex-council chiefs. Nasarawa to construct subway in capital, says Governor Sule. Don 6 fraud management policies, strategies in organizations. FCTA arrest 19 protesters for besieging AMMC office. Nurse escapes on hot as truck crashes car in Imo. United States SEC charges Tingo CEO Mobosi with fraud. NMPCL committed to producing 2 million barrels of oil daily. Poverty. Timi Frank decries a worsening socio-economic condition of Nigerians. Sounds coronation. Olu of Warri assures Ogbomosho people of partnership support. Oyo moves to establish female football club. Oyo moves to establish female football club. 40 petrol tanker drivers languishing in prison association. I used to sell recharge cards, pure water. Ex-BB Niger housemate. Kim Obara, convicted internet fraudster, not underage, says EFCC. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. And from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Punch newspaper. Two die as fire got Ala Akala's house. Edo Governor poll open to all zones. Odigi Oyegun. Edo governorship poll open to all zones. Odigi Oyegun. JAM raises UTME registration fees. Fighting Nigerian leaders fruitless. Pray for them. Adeboye. Bandits abduct Zamfara village head. Imam demands 5 million naira. Niger governor bars civil servants from wearing kaftan. Babaniga. Civil War veterans to protest unpaid pension January 15th. Ogun shots firm over environmental offenses. INEC plans will run in 34 constituencies February. Pope Francis Oke's blessing for same-sex couples. Kangaroo judgment. Court gives ex-minister 30 days to apologize. Lecturers on Tertiary Education Trust Fund foreign scholarship absconding. ES laments. Appeal court upholds Fintry's election, finds Binani. Lagos 2024 budget scales second reading. Sanwo-Olu unveils Ikeja overpass today. NGE launches trust fund for editors' welfare. Rivers crisis. Wike Fubara reach truce as Tinubu intervenes again. Lagos state government seals 9 post office, demolishes illegal structures. Lagos government congratulates Punch on NMMA awards. Marvel drops Jonathan Majors after actor was convicted of assault. 800 billion naira illicit drugs seized. 42,105 offenders nabbed. Mawa. Policies affecting newspaper industry will be reviewed. Tinubu. Federal government enlists ulamas to reduce not out of school children. Yabatech Foundation offers free eye surgery. Yuletide, Soludo's wife seeks help for less privileged, donates to orphanage. Rep asks federal government to deploy technology in revenue collection. Equity market resumes bullish trend. Japa human resources crisis looms in health sector, says NMA. Chetima pledges federal government support for youth. Federal government's domestic borrowing rises to 7.04 trillion naira, says DMO. Federal government vaccinates 4.7 million girls against cervical cancer. U.S. Anti-Narcotic Bureau, Nigerian police sign agreement. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. Remember that you are listening to newspaper headlines on Airborne at 103.5 FM, and you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as well live at Airborne at 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. 2 years after ex-Senate President Wayas burial stalled, alleged corruption, Ahamba, Kalu, Adegoke, Ajulo rise against reckless war against judiciary. Planned warning strike holds Tuesday. Paramedia workers insist. Rivers crisis. Wike Fubara sign agreement. Niger head of NASSPS 2 SU warns 333 facilitators against a fraud during enrollment of beneficiaries. Niger head of NASSP 2 SU warns 333 facilitators against fraud during enrollment. Yuletide, FRSC begins 24-hour patrol nationwide. IPAC elects new chairman as Yusuf Sani loses second term bid. Niger government bans civil servants from wearing kaftans. Babarega. From Monday to Thursday, tanker drivers protest against Nupeng in Cross River. Anyone culpable will be prosecuted. Nigerian military warns against illicit drugs. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. And from the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Rivers crisis. Lawmakers to drop impeachment proceedings against Governor. NGE to launch trust fund. Bayelsa, Katsina, 4 others top list of poor states in IGR report. Adeboye to clerics pray for Nigerian leaders, don't cost them. Federal government to empower Chibok community with 210 million naira worth of equipment for farming. Nigeria remains top-level destination for offshore, onshore investments. Tinubu. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Sun newspaper this morning. Tinubu promises to review policy affecting newspapers industry. Protect democracy in Nigeria before ECOWAS sanctions on Niger. Coalition tells Tinubu. Protect democracy in Nigeria before ECOWAS sanctions on Niger. Coalition tells Tinubu. NMA threatens strike over non-implementation of revised CONMESS. Kanu Guba. Supreme Court fixes Thursday for hearing. Soludo NLC Bika over 20,000 Christmas bonus. APM's Dantel defeats Sani emerges IPAC national share. Police kill 2, arrest 4 over Benue bank robbery. Female tenant elopes with 4 kids in Abia. 2 killed, 8 injured in Idiroko Ota road accident. NMA decries non-release of member after 148 days in captivity. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, military strengthens synergy on drug war. Abia, NAFDAC shows Ezuku market over counterfeit products. 2 die as fire guts residents of ex-Oyo Governor Akala. 400 villagers are returned to Ebonyi community 7 years after banishment. Hunters rescue kidnapped victim in Anambra. Lagos traders allege plot to use Inspector General of Police wife's name to demolish complex. Demolition of assembly complex. Fubara implemented Wike's approval. APC chieftain. Obi alleges threat to life for refusing to accept bribe. Umahi hailed on quality works, urged to remain steadfast. Imo holds Christmas carol tomorrow. MPHCDA partners Northern traditional leaders to strengthen PHC's service. ASP Ayedun for burial Thursday. Off-cycle election, civil society organizations baseline report to INEC rates Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo elections low on security, violence against people with disabilities, women. That's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Abiodun appoints Oladujoye as senior media consultant. Lagos 2024 budget skills second reading. Customs committed to officers' welfare. Commissioner dedicates award to Sanwo-Olu. Adamawa Appeal Court affirms Fintry election victory. NGE to launch trust fund for editors, media industry. Access Holdings media chief Abdul Imoyo dies at 52. Fubara, Wike strike deal. Perform or be fired. Tinubu tells NMPCL board. President pledges ease of doing newspaper business. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Capital flight hindering Africa's growth, says United Nations report. Rivers federal lawmaker under fire over attack on Wike. And Nigeria Medical Association intervenes in organ harvesting market report controversy. I didn't bribe Ogun Chief Judge, says Adebutu Obasanjo. 3.5 billion naira debt. Court freezes Oyo government account in 10 banks. Oyo Ekiti to pay workers 13 months salary. Oyebanji seeks return of stolen artifacts. APC legislator tenders stewardship in Apapa. Ekiti government directs a boundary committee to resolve Efon Ipole land dispute. Toyota partners firm on vehicle enhancement products. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. 0.3 trillion naira revenue target. NEITI tracks over $20 billion recoverable revenues. Recover $3 billion so far. While we established Eternal Home Cemetery, Major General Kadiri. 10 years post privatization, Nigeria losing big customers to power grid unreliability. Stakeholders. Nigeria Red Cross Society. Anambra elects new chairman. National Association of Nigerian Students raises concerns over World Bank's fuel price recommendation. NIPR commends Edo government sues for collaboration against Fakri. Tinubu congratulates Nigerian Ijoma Uchebu elected Cambridge Varsity College president. Spanish passport emerges world's most powerful to have. Report. Nigeria Radio Awards, 2 on-air personalities win plots of land in Abuja. APC chieftain urges Tinubu's intervention as drug prices skyrocket. 9th country program in line with 2030 SDGs, UNFPA. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Unity Cup. Yes, so let's direct. Love Bright Fruits and Beverages Limited in Nobi is organizing a Demily Unity Cup between the 17 towns in the Demily North and South local government area, Anambra State. The towns are invited to register with the organizing committee of the tournament. Registration is free. Pick your forms from the Love Bright Fruits reception at Nobi. Fill the forms and return to the same place before 20th December 2023. All participating towns will get a mobilization fund of 200,000 naira each for preparations. First prize 2 million naira, second prize 1 million naira, third prize 500,000 naira. Venue Central School Field, Umuru Nobi. Match days 24th to 31st December 2023. Then 1st January 2024. Other things will be announced later. For enquiries, call 0703 388 5866. Announcer Mr. Christian Abaju, Head of Marketing and Brand Development, Love Bite Foods Limited, Nobi. Crossover Night 2023. Nkwadobe maka ịgafe n'afọ ọhụụ. Ndị ụlọ ekpere Tabernacle of Praise Adoration Ministry dị n'Ogidi na-ewetara gị Crossover Night 2023 bụ nke a kpọrọ Night of Taking Over. Abalị ga-adị ebube, abalị iwegharị ikikere anyị ga-eji meribiga oke n'afọ 2024. Isiokwu ya bụ Crossing the Red Sea, ịgafe osimiri uhie. Ọ ga-adị n'abalị 31 nke ọnwa Disemba n'afọ 2023. Ọ ga-amalite n'elekere asatọ nke abalị kpọmkwem n'ụlọ ebe Tabernacle of Praise Adoration Ministry dị n'Ogidi Anukwu n'ime steeti Anambra. Onye ga-ele ọbịa bụ Apostle Dr. John Oka JP. Ọ ga-abụ ngedegwu, ọ ga-abụ ọpụrụ iche, ọ ga-abụ ụwa bịa kirie maka na ndị ga-eji egwu wee kwụba anyị n'afọ ọhụụ bụ Ambassador Dr. James Arum Ebubedike nakwa Evangelist Abraham Edozie nwa mgbe nta. Abalị dị ebube, abalị nnara ike, abalị ga-ejupụta n'ọṅụ na otite mmanụ.
kpọrọ ndị ezinụlọ gị na ndị enyi gị bịa sonye n'ọgbakọ ekpere abalị a eluigwe aghaghị ikwu okwu ọma n'isi gị. Jizọs bụ eze.
Mgbe maka dizbo ya na-agba egwu dada inenye nsogbu
103.5 FM na Babuwa Production. Police for vigilante. My business. When I will tell you SDJ radio drama, there we go. ATJ radio drama, Eriko, Ghana Dialogue, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. That's N1.5 FM.
If you move and finish your business, yeah.
amara m ire nwa dị amụ ụbọchị m na-aga n'obodo m na-arụ akụ na ya na-eriko n'anya nke ka dịkwu nke mụ na ana m ahụzikwu n'anya ma ọ bụ eziokwu.
Epokwana ka akọlụ dị nke akọlụ. A lot of people complain about not using their talent the way they want to. Utilize this opportunity today. Are you an aspiring actor, musician, dancer? Here is the opportunity you have been waiting for. Register with Babuwa Production at Ebona the 103.5 FM today to make your God-given gift money-making venture using your God-given gift today. For more information, call 08039167049. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as well live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu congratulates Nigerian Ijeoma Uchebu elected Cambridge Varsity College president. Sobowale, Saka, Sanyeri, others dazzle as a macaroni. Fisayo tie knot in singlets in bliss. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian Tribune this morning. Appeal court verdict, no cause for alarm. Governor Fintri tells supporters. Unilever, GSK, PLC, P&G, 4 others multinational companies leaving Nigeria in 2023. Spanish passport emerges world's most powerful to have. A report. Nigerian Radio Awards, 2 on-air personalities win plots of land in Abuja. APC chieftain urges Tinubu's intervention as drug prices skyrocket. 9th county program in line with 2030 SDGs, UNFPA. Sanwo-Olu approves untaxed wage award for Lagos civil servants. Vaccination card retention best for children, UNICEF. That's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And from the Nigerian Tribune, we flip over to this day newspaper. Wike Fubara signed Tinubu's truce, live to fight another day. National Assembly may pass 2024 appropriation bill this week. Tinubu vows to uphold media freedom, respect divergent views. President, to new NMPCL board, I won't tolerate underperformance. NAFDAC unveils database of registered pharmaceutical products. Federal government elated as United Nations extends Nigeria's maritime border from 200 to 220 nautical miles. FIRS directs banks to deduct electronic money transfer levy on foreign currency transactions. NAFDAC unveils a database of registered pharmaceutical products. Barao moves to stop Shoprite from exiting Kanu. Tinubu vows to uphold media freedom, respect divergent views. Ida, hard times only helped strengthen my businesses. Federal government commits to boosting livestock production in Nigeria. Federal government, value addition in non-oil exports key to Nigeria's competitiveness in global trade. Cryptocurrency, taming cannibals of the Naira. Despite inaccuracies in ministries, departments, agencies, or budget estimates, National Assembly moves to pass 2024 appropriation bill. As Supreme Court insists on Nnamdi Kanu's trial for treason, the tragedy of high expectations, who is threatening war against crude oil theft. On the October 7th question, do you condemn? October 7th is deeply rooted in history, argues. Will 25 Rivers lawmakers survive constitutional hurdles? Nigerians, not our constitution, need amendment, says Fashola. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning, and that will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona Day 103.5 FM this Tuesday morning, the 19th day of December 2023. We'll now flip over to our WhatsApp portal to bring you reactions. From our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. This one is coming from Ebuka Joshua Dawson from 33, and he says Wike's desperation to sack Fubara is becoming alarming because of godfatherism. He should allow Fubara to govern his state in peace. INEC planning rerun in 34 constituencies by February is a medicine after death. Maybe it's another cash out by INEC. Pope Francis Oke's blessing for same-sex marriage is not accurate at all. Is he going against a Bible principles of one man, one woman, or by his own principles? He should stop misleading. We have this message coming. This one, he continued and says, JAMB raises UTME registration fees amidst hard economy. What happened to those money that was swallowed by snake and monkey? Are they just gone like that without any proof? Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson testing us from 33. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. This one is coming from Famous Christian, and is joining us from Ifite Village, Aguluzibo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Okogwa Kenneth Okuchuku from Umuaba Nam, Umuoba Lishi Kingdom. And it says, Japa brain drain is another setback progress of this country, Nigeria, due to bad governors. Refinery will work 2024 is welcome development, but let it not be political or audio talk, not visible. Compliment of the season. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message. This one is coming from Agonabo Nofa Aguluzibo. And he says, Nigeria, no, okay. He says, nothing is moving. Hunger, sickness, and killing, stealing. A lot of people have, which is born out of hardships. We are asked to hope on what? We are tired of the promises. We only hope on God to help us in this country. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. This one is coming from Maluto Patrick from Monteje, and he says, I must say that I am not comfortable with the kind of incessant off-cycle and we run elections being conducted by INEC. But I think the bulk of the blame must be apportioned to the judiciary. How can you tell me that general elections will be conducted? Somebody declared winner. The winner will be sworn in, and he or she will be in office enjoying all the paraphernalia of his or her office, then after about a year or 2 years, court will nullify the election and order INEC to conduct fresh elections in those areas at the expense of Nigeria's economy, which is already bleeding. I therefore suggest that all election matters should be concluded and winner determined within 3 months before the swearing in takes place. Maloto Patrick from Monteja, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message coming from Ebukanwa Bufo from Amawa Bunike, and it says Nigeria has already lost democracy since ECOWAS should know this. Even all African countries too have no democracy too. And he says Nigerian government has gotten to the level of treating his people that refuses their offer. They can't do anything. To P2B is a global person that can't be put aside like others. APC government should know this. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. This one is coming from T-Man from Ikem Ifitenando, and he says, okay, compliments of the season. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Now we have this message. It's coming from Chike Obata from Obinetiti Okozo, and he says, please, what did Pope Francis mean by supporting same-sex? Wike and Fubara signed peace agreement. Hope is for real. Those, okay, to whom it may concern, something must not happen to P2B because it's not most to accept job or bribe. May the soul of those fire incident death rest in peace. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a message. It's coming from Aja Black from Odume, and it says Nigeria is filled up with lies and overconfidence on APC's strategic system of intimidation. We Nigerian youths are tired of deceit. On what aspect does Tinubu, congratulating Nigerians? I just want to know, Aja. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Aja Black. We have this message. It's coming from Comrade Ibudu from Abagana, and he says those bank robbers in Benue should seriously be investigated and persecuted. I don't know what's going on in Catholic Church. Pope approved blessing of same-sex marriages, and he says, "Oh, are we really worshiping the Maker of heaven and earth? Somebody should throw more lights for me. It's better that Wike and Fubara settle. Let Rivers government be stable." Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from John Ome from Okozo, and it says, if this government is a sensible one, they should not better than the mandate Nigerians gave to him but was stolen by you. Threatening him will be an exercise in futility because you can't bribe him. If the spirit of February 25th, 2023 is now hurting Tinubu and his government, they should throw in the towel and do the needful by apologizing to P2B and hand over to him. And he says again, if not the APC and his government he said Jason Wike should have been arrested by the DSS for interrogating for demanding 30% of Rivers State allocation. But because he is now with APC, nobody will try it because they are all birds of the same feather that flocks together. John, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will now flip over to our SMS portal to bring you more reactions. From our SMS portal this morning, we have a message coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe, and it says the same-sex marriage that has become a standing rule in the Catholic is not only sacrilegious, and he said, but an anatomy that aggrieved members may look for redress and join other regular denominations, as sodomity is a sin in its entirety. Yes, Wike is washing his dirty linens in the public, and his quest for power and money will lead him to comatose. Most of the tanker drivers are born nuisance and are supposed to spend so many years in correctional centers so that they will have a proper tutelage, being that they are the cause of 70% of road accidents due to recklessness and alcoholism. Honorable Onyedika Osakwe continues and says the whole world is waiting for the landmark judgment in Kano State where the recklessness and high-handedness of INEC is sampling voters' card will affect the election of a governor that Supreme Court insisting of insisting of trying Nnamdi Kanu for treason. What about Sunday Igboho? We are watching. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our SMS portal this morning, we have this message coming from Levunius Okoye from Achala, Enugu Agede, and he says, Pope authorizing same-sex marriages unbiblical. We are in a changing world. God will intervene. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Meanwhile, the Pope did not approve same-sex marriage. He approved blessing them, not like giving them or giving them wedding and all of that. It's just blessing them. Now, still on our SMS portal this morning, we have a message that is coming from Akedi Amoke Onyenamba and Umunachi, and it says, those hunters that rescued kidnapped persons did a wonderful job. Kudos to them. The lawyer that was caught on a viral beating his wife, on viral video beating his wife, did a bad thing. And also, what is he teaching to us? And what can we emulate from him than God? Than God that Fubara and Wike later signed a peace deal because that their crisis may tear rivers apart. On Mazen and the Kano federal government should release that man. Thanks. It's coming from Akedi Amoke Onyenabana Omonachi. Now we flip over to our WhatsApp portal where we have this message coming from Agona, and he says, if Supreme Court insists that Nnamdi Kanu will face his terrorist charges, we are not afraid. Consigned Pope, he is a man and needs our prayer. Simple. Agona Abonofa Aguluzibo. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And with that message from Agonabo, from Aguluzibo, and this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, there 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona. The 103.5 FM once it's 8:20. We'll be back with Birthday Splash. Until we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful morning.
Mbona makadizo yana mbele. Dada imenisho.
F1 the 103.5 FM. Nabakuwa production. Police vigilante. Mama business. When I will tell you, radio drama. Here we go. Here drama, ATJ radio drama, Eriko, Ghana Dialogue, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. With repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, F1 and 103.5 FM.
If you move and finish your business, yeah.
Amara ni rewa di la amo. Ko ba kuna ka do na na ko na ne di ko na ye. Nke ka di ko ke wona na ma mu kuna ye ma o le se.
A lot of people complain about not using their talents the way they want to. Utilize this opportunity today. Are you an aspiring actor, musician, dancer? Here is the opportunity you have been waiting for. Register with Babuwa Production at Ebona the 103.5 FM today to make your God-given gift money-making venture using your God-given gift today. For more information, call 080-3916-7049. Don't miss out on this opportunity. 49. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
Green Energy City Estate, Ibuzo, they thank all our esteemed customers for your support all this time. And to show our appreciation, we they give you 25% discount. 25% discount plus one bag of rice when you buy land inside any of our solar powered smart estate. This special Christmas bonanza mega deal now for both our old and new customers. When go buy land from 7th December 2023, go reach 7th of January 2024 inside Green Energy City Estate, phase 1 for 3 million naira, or Green Energy City Estate, phase 2 for 3.5 million naira. No worry, installment payment plan for you, and you go get 25% discount from this amount plus one bag of rice when you buy any plot between December 7th to 7th of January. Rush put call now to 070 32 86 22 49. That is 070 32 86 22 49.
Hey, I don't get it 20 pageants. I will chip on also. Now, one cast at Oya. You know, I got my one. Oh, here I be a gift to my 2023 to 2024. On your Kembuge wheel.